it's time for
Stack and Smash Radio.
Macy's sales clerk checking out my package.
Not part of the Jodie Foster fan club anymore that I created.
That's me and his mouth.
I just have a very hard time expressing my emotions, and I can't stop from yelling.
All right, welcome to Stack and Smash Radio. I'm Jesse Wilkins.
I'm Rob Coakley.
This is episode number 24.
24.
But more importantly, it's our third overall Halloween special.
It's like bullet points.
Yes.
24-3.
Yeah, chapter 3.
Yeah.
Chapter 3. 24,
Chapter 24,
verse 3.
verse 3.
This is not a Christian podcast. Everyone just tuned out. Anyways, the opposite of that today. We're dealing with a lot of devils and ghouls and
Ghosts and no clowns.
no clowns at all and no chainsaws, that's for sure. This week we had one of my favorite experience, not even just my favorite show, it was like one of my favorite experiences in life. I got to fulfill a childhood dream that was a little bit crushed when I realized that I could not fulfill it to the fullest. We'll get into that.
Yeah, this is one thing that me and you have both shared our entire friendship is we both love Halloween.
We love Halloween, we love haunted houses, we love trying to be scared and I guess trying to scare people.
Yeah, we realized one of those things.
We just weren't cut out
We're
for it.
That's just not our line of work.
We're not cut out for it. So
we'll be back next year though.
We will. We will try again next year, maybe. But so this week we swung by a haunted house, and we swung by one of the best. It is the best haunted house I've ever been to, in my opinion. I don't know about you.
It's definitely up there. Which we'll talk more about after we show you guys some footage, some of the stuff. Just real quick, what threw me off, we were emailing back and forth. I was emailing back and forth with Victor, and I was like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, and everything was great. He's a great guy. And then I saw that it was at a mall, and I was a little like, I wonder what the space is going to be like.
It was the same thing. I was actually on my way to Taunton, and I was kind of texting you. I was like, what's the address? And you're like, oh, it's actually at the mall. And I was like, I didn't know if it was going to be like one of those like glow-in-the-dark mini golf type setups. I'm
right.
Like, oh,
and that's
man.
exactly what I pictured in my head was that space. And the haunted houses I was thinking of is when you go to Salem, love Salem. There's haunted houses in Salem.
Yeah, and they're
clearly
absolutely tiny.
Just tourist traps, just people trying to make a quick buck off tourists who are like, oh, I'm in Salem, let's do a haunted house. And there's nothing, and we'll get into some more stuff after this. But that's what I was like worried about, and let me just say like.
But then we pull up, and they're the size of friggin' Best Buy.
Yeah,
like it was a huge. They had a huge, whatever you would call it, just a giant building that they have for this.
I think he says in the interview the square footage, and it's just unreal,
massive,
and the way they utilize the space is just incredible. I couldn't believe
we
were walking through and we were doing a walkthrough, and I think you said this is huge, and someone just goes, oh, you're only halfway through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're like, yeah, you're about at the halfway point. We're like, oh my god, it's got so much more to go.
The way they utilize their space in that place is incredible.
It was crazy. Anyways, it's called the Ghoulie Manor, and it's in Taunton, Massachusetts, located at the Silver City Galleria, and we got the full experience, and you're going to see that in the episode. This is one of my favorite episodes. Last week was a cool one, but last week was, it was interesting. It was a little more acting than this one. This one was, also had some acting involved, but it was a different kind. So it was pretty cool. The whole experience was wild, man. It was definitely a cool haunted house, and it was crazy. So met some really awesome people. You guys will see them in this footage here. But part 3.
Stack and Smash Radio presents Ghoulie Manor. For our third special Halloween episode, we grabbed our gear, hit the road, and headed to Ghoulie Manor in Taunton, Massachusetts. We had a chance to talk to the mastermind, Victor, as well as a few other surprises in store for everyone. This is the Stack and Smash Halloween Special, Part 3.
We are here outside of Ghoulie Manor, Taunton, Massachusetts, one of the best haunted houses in New England.
We're also going to be talking to some of the actors, some of the people who actually reside in the building, as well as people coming in to take a look, people that are leaving, and we have a few surprises in store as well.
Let's go have a look around.
Let's.
So we stepped into Ghoulie Manor for a rare behind-the-scenes, lights-on look at the haunted house before they opened up the doors to the public. They gave us a breakdown of how the house operates and how they create a one-of-a-kind scare. We even got to chat with some of the builders and actors inside.
This room was fun to build.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Where is his buttons?
I think it's these.
That probably looks awesome in the dark.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think it's really sweet. You helped build the room?
Yeah, I didn't do like mostly aesthetic stuff like this, some arranging, but this was a already established room. They just moved down a couple feet.
We toured the entire Ghoulie Manor, exploring every room from the basement to the attic to the kitchen to hidden rooms and hidden hallways with so many surprises and crazy things in store for us. And then we met up with the owner and the operator, the brains behind the entire operation, Victor himself, for this exclusive Stack and Smash one-on-one interview at the Ghoulie Manor.
It is.
We're probably been less professional if I spit it into your grave. All right, I'm with Vic, owner, mastermind behind the Ghoulie Manor. How many years you guys been in this spot?
We've been at the Galleria Mall for 3. This is our 3rd season.
This is your 3rd season,
Yep.
but there was many years prior where you were doing the home haunts. Right?
Yes, almost 20 years in the home hunt in Fairhaven, Massachusetts.
You guys had the documentary out. The documentary
Yes.
is out on Netflix now.
The American Scream.
The
It
American
documents
Scream.
us our last year at the home hunt.
Are there people that come down just because of the documentary?
Oh yeah. We get quite a few. They come down. They take pictures with us. Actually, last night the Broders were here from the movie too, so a little bonus for some people who showed up last night. But yeah, they come down specifically for the documentary.
Yeah, absolutely. So
They want to see the end result. The documentary kind of leaves you hanging at the end,
Right.
and if you're lucky enough to be local, you get to see actually what happened.
Yeah, which is the case with a fantastic documentary. Congratulations on Netflix. It's huge.
Thank you. Yeah, you've got a lot of great reviews.
Yeah. And this place is massive. A lot of people might not understand that or might be a little backtracked because it's at a mall, but you're at a massive piece of this mall, and it's really
yeah.
a huge...
It's 15,000 square feet, and we're able to use large rooms. A lot of haunted houses, they use very tiny rooms, very small hallways, and we're able to make this look like a mansion.
It really does, too. And it's captured. I mean, it's a manor, so it gives off the illusion of a big mansion. It's on one floor, but
Yes.
you got basements, you have attics,
Right.
you have a church like we're in now, or
Yep.
you know, and you have all these different rooms. You guys really did a great job of really capturing that. It's amazing. Great job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we keep a theme. The theme is based off the Ghoulie family, and the nickname for the Ghoulie family is Ghoulies. So, you know, the entire manor is set up for the family, and everything's themed.
Right. And you have the Ghoulie family. Now, how about your real family? How many members of your real family are involved in the whole operation?
My wife
Yeah.
runs the cast room, and my daughters act in the haunt, and I've even got my sister here as one of the actors in the sewing room.
That's awesome. And you guys are year-round, sort of. Yeah, I mean, you have this spot year-round.
Yeah,
right?
we're only open for the haunt season, which is October. Last weekend of September we start, and then this year we'll be open November 1st, because Halloween falls on a Friday, and we want to get one more night in for those people who missed it. But during the year, we start building in January,
Right.
and then right up until the time that the fire marshal and the building inspector come down and inspect us. So it's a mad scramble at the end, no matter how early we start.
Yeah, of course. But you guys do have the convenience of not having to take everything out of this spot and move it out. Like
Yes.
a lot of like the Halloween stores that you see pop up.
Right, exactly.
Where they kind of just come in for
Exactly.
the month. But you guys are here, you do your haunt, you know, through October and a little before and after, and then
Yep.
after that you guys just build and reconstruct, right?
Right, exactly. That allows us to put more detail into the haunt. If we had to break down every year, build somewhere else, and then come back to this location, the quality of the haunt would probably go down.
Yeah, just because there's so much effort put into the move.
Exactly.
Now, what do you guys do to keep fresh?
We change approximately 50% of the haunt. The first year we had 24 rooms, second year almost 30. This year we have over 30 rooms, but some rooms have been rethemed. We've pulled out, unfortunately some favorites have to go to
Right.
make room for new ideas. We had the Egyptian room the past 2 years, which was like a museum, collector's museum, and that was a favorite for a lot of people because one of the props was the prop that I built in the movie. Unfortunately, that had to come out to make room for something else. And now the other thing that's in that particular room, people love it. So they don't miss the Egyptian room so much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we saw some of the Egyptian props like out back.
Yeah.
The other ones.
They're still around.
Right. So that's awesome. I mean, so you guys are open from. I mean, you're open now. So if you're watching this, come down Taunton, Massachusetts, right at the Silver City Galleria. It's an amazing haunt. We went through it. They gave us a walkthrough. Crazy stuff. Super awesome. One of the best I've ever been in. Actually, it's the best I've ever been in.
Thank you.
I haven't been in too much. I've been in some. I go every Halloween. I love Halloween. Favorite time of year. But honestly, this is truly the best.
That makes me feel great.
Yeah, that's what
That's
it's
why I
about.
do it.
Yeah, for sure. So we're in the mouth of the beast. This is the finale of the entire haunt. What is the name of this monster?
This creature is Yog Sothoth. It's a elder god from H.P. Lovecraft stories.
H.P. Lovecraft's the writer?
Yeah, H.P. Lovecraft is a writer, very famous in Providence. He's an old-time horror / science fiction writer, and I'm a big fan, so I use his stuff.
That's awesome.
The actors, their last name is Ghoulie, and that's what they call themselves. It's the locals that call them Ghoulies because they're so creepy.
Right. Yeah. So one big house, one big manor, one big family.
Exactly.
Pretty awesome. So that's one of the things that makes you different from other haunted houses. The other thing, and people were mentioning it, was you guys don't do the easy themes. You guys kind of stick to your theme, and I think that's something that makes you super different, and super awesome.
Yeah, we try to work in different things, but some things don't work. Clowns just don't work here. It's a 18th, 19th century manor, and just clowns don't cut it. Other things too, chainsaws.
Yeah, no one chases you around.
Exactly. Although I love that stuff, it doesn't fit our theme.
It definitely scares people. But I mean, you don't. I mean, no one's gonna be chasing you through their house. Or maybe.
Yeah. Well, that also challenges us to come up with some pretty original things. There are things that you will see here, some little creepy things and some scares that you won't find anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the rooms, I mean, you just don't think of certain rooms to be scary, and the way you guys put a twist on it with certain props and certain everything, you guys definitely made it scary.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So doing the walkthrough through the days, and you let us do it with the lights on, it was cool because we got to see how all the props work. But wow, the transformation from that when the white lights turn on and the stage lighting comes on and the sound is there with the music going and people are screaming in the back, it's just such a transformation.
Oh yeah. It's a beautiful haunt to look at with the lights on, but once our actors are in it and the show lights are on, just like you said, it transforms. It's super creepy, super eerie, and people get goosebumps. Runs through it.
We did. So that's awesome. But so congratulations. You guys are open until what's the last day of the haunt?
November 1st. The day after Halloween. We're not open on Halloween because we celebrate Halloween. That's a huge holiday to us, and I wouldn't do that to my actors.
I would assume so. You guys seem like the type that would celebrate Halloween.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to do it. So, and not only that, I mean, I feel like there's so much other stuff going on Halloween where people go around their neighborhoods and stuff.
Yeah, there's parties, especially on the weekend. There's even trick or treating here at the mall. So if you got small ones, you can bring them here during the day before you take them out at night. And there's just too much going on, and people want to be with their families and their friends.
Yeah. It's probably nice. I mean, now that you have all this to get your Halloween fix, now you can probably spend Halloween normally with your family.
Yeah.
Which is different than when you guys had the home.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't get the kid to take my girls trick-or-treating until we had the pro hunt, With the home hunt, we did it on Halloween, and I have a relative take them out. And they go up for about 15 minutes, and they want them to come back.
Yeah, of course.
And get into it. So they have very good childhood memories. They didn't miss out on trick-or-treating, but it's fun now that I can take them out on Halloween night.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, to me, trick-or-treating and everything was, it was okay. It was the same thing every year. After a couple of years, my parents kind of got bored. Me and my brothers would go out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what a transformation. I mean, to have a home hunt and then finally be able to trick-or-treat. You might think like you held your family back from doing that, but I look at it a whole different light. Like, God, I wish that was my childhood.
No. My girls are very into this. This makes them very happy. This is bragging rights at school for them.
Yeah.
And
become local celebrities.
Yep. And it's not just my immediate family. All of our actors have become family, and we hang out in the off season too. And
yeah.
We're very, very close. So, I've given an extended family to my children as well.
Yeah, and a lot of the volunteers they help build and everything too.
Oh yeah. We're building throughout the year. different people every night. Usually Fridays and Saturday nights during the off season, and they make it when they can. And we have the music cranking, and I won't say it's a party, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
To get together and build together.
And they get that Halloween fix all year long.
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
Exactly.
That's what we wish we could have.
Yeah, pretty much everybody here is maniacal about
Yeah, of
Halloween.
course.
You gotta love it. I'm not gonna bring you in if you don't have a love for it. You're not just earning a paycheck here. This is important to me. I'm not a big corporate guy. I don't want this to turn into a corporation.
Right.
I want people who love it. This needs to be fun. If it's not fun anymore, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, of course. All right. So speaking of having fun and being involved, what if we were to have fun? How can we get involved tonight?
We can throw you in makeup and throw you out in the graveyard if you want.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can give it a try.
All right.
It's not easy.
So maybe be gravediggers or zombies in the graveyard or something.
Yeah, we'll hook you up.
And we'll do our best to try and save people.
Yep.
All right. I can't guarantee that we'll be good at this first night on the job, but that would be amazing.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, hey, congratulations on your success, and let's have some fun tonight. Let's try to scare some people.
Thank you so much.
My name is Erica. I'm a makeup artist here at Ghoulie Manor, and I also act on some nights when I feel like it. My character is Celine Goulet, and she is actually the twin sister of Nathaniel Goulet, who is our resident mad scientist. And he ripped out her voice box because she was an annoying little sister, so she doesn't speak. But she has a cousin who speaks twice as much as she does, and her name is Sawyer, and she pantomimes and then Sawyer translates. The people that work here are amazing. Everyone here is really a family unit, and you can tell that we all care about what we're doing. It's a passion, not a job.
All right, guys, we're in the dressing room area right now, Ghoulie Manor.
They're going to allow us to get all made up and crazy looking, and we're going to try to scare some people. So this should be a lot of fun. That's right. Let's go scare some people. Woo! Go scare some people. Well, we geared up and headed into the haunted house, ready to scare people. Unfortunately, it was a lot harder than we thought it was going to be, and we sucked at it. But with a little bit of training from some of the actors inside, we finally scared one group of girls, and we took it to the next level and literally chased them out of the building. And we couldn't leave without going through the haunted house as a customer with the lights off and the actors in place. And what a transformation from earlier in the day. And it sure lived up to the hype as one of the best haunted houses in the world.
Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome to Ghoulie Manor. I'll have all of your heads on my mantle.
Let me out while you're here. Help me! Help me! Get that, please! I want to be a please!
See, I'm coming for you. Is that Jesse? Jesse, I peed the bed, Jesse!
Oswald, bro, I gotta ask, where'd you get this stuff? So what do you do? Do you just like wash everybody's clothes, or?
Mama says to do the laundry.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not doing a very good job, buddy. I mean, what do you use to wash with?
Shout.
All right, Vic, we had a blast here at the Ghoulie Manor. Everybody make sure you get out here. If you only get to go to one haunted house this year, we totally recommend this one. It's the best I've been to in the area by far. Vic, thanks for letting us do everything.
Thanks for coming. You're welcome. Anytime.
All right, guys. That's a wrap from Stack and Smash Radio. We will be back next week. So that was it, Jesse. That was us at Ghoulie Manor, up close, personal, part of the show.
So cool.
It was, I just got to say, like, actually dressing up and being part of the show. That's what we were talking about and before we showed everybody everything. Like, that's what we've always wanted to do. We weren't good. Sorry.
No.
Sorry for anyone that came by us.
Because the footage that you saw was like, it was, all right, first of all, it was like pitch black. We should have used the camera with the light on it, but we didn't want to ruin the haunted house by like all of a sudden there's just a light in your face.
Right.
So we wanted to kind of stay a little discreet, so we tried to use the GoPro in the dark. Ended up being way too dark to even recover any of that footage. But, you know, we kept some of it in there because you got the screams, and at the end you saw the clip of actually, we finally got one, and we literally took it to the limit, and us paired with a couple of the other monsters, we literally chased these screaming customers out of the building into the parking lot,
into the
across
parking
a road.
lot.
Yeah, we're lucky we didn't get bulldozed by a car.
But you were already a zombie, so if you did get bulldozed,
yeah, we would have been
whatever.
fine. But no, that was very awesome. It was one of the coolest experiences ever.
And just some of the things in the haunted house that just makes it stand apart to me is you go to this haunted house, you go to Ghoulie Manor, and it's just some of the clips we showed you throughout of just like the aesthetics and the actual rooms. You don't notice in the haunted house when you're going through it, but you would notice if it wasn't there. Those type of things, like the attention to detail that they put in is unreal.
Yeah,
and you don't really, it's one of those things you don't appreciate unless it's not there.
Yeah, and it was very cool to get the lights on look, because once we got the lights on look, you know, they showed us how everything worked and really just broke down everything that goes on, where they're looking at you from. There's a million peepholes in this thing. If you ever think you're walking through a haunted house and not being watched, you're wrong, man.
Yeah.
They're watching you around every corner, so everyone knows when they're going to scare you. They're looking at you through pictures. They're looking at you through little holes in the wall that you would never see with the lights off. And when the lights are on, we're like, oh, there's some more peepholes.
Yeah.
You know, so you see all this kind of stuff. Plus, with the way they have like everything mechanically moving, and I don't want to give too much away, but certain rooms had some really crazy stuff that I've never seen in a haunted house. Because every haunted house is going to have the blood, the gore, the ghosts, the ghouls, the people that jump out at you, the actors, you know, like, and the people banging on walls and stuff. But if you can bring something different to the table, like they did with a few of these rooms, then that's what's going to make them one of the best, and it makes them unique.
And the other thing that makes them unique is every character in there, every actor, their character has a backstory. It's not just like, oh, I'm just butcher number one. It's, well, my name is this, this, and this. I'm related to this one by this way, and this is what my character does.
Yeah.
Which is, like, I'm not saying it's for better or worse, but it's just it gives you that next level.
It's
like,
in depth, and you know what? People didn't break character. That was another thing too, and we don't really get that on camera, but we're literally like trying to like get information out of some of these people. We would talk to them and say, you know, oh, where is Victor? We got to grab one more interview with him. We got to reshoot this. We got to do this. We got to do this. And they'd be sitting there talking to us like a zombie, or they'd be talking to us in this British accent, or, you know, whatever character they are playing was the one that they stuck to to a point of almost a fault where I'm like, I'm trying to get some information out of you. He's
and it's not just like in front of customers. It was behind the scenes, which I thought was awesome. Yeah, that was super cool. The way that they're like, and I'm not sure, we haven't done other haunted houses like this, but this group of people are a family, basically.
They really are, yeah.
And like, they, like, oh, we're walking around like, you got to make sure you get this person doing this, and you got to make sure you get this person doing this. So not only do they know themselves, they love what the other people are doing, and they just stay close, and it's just so cool.
One of the funny things is when we were attempting to scare people, which, again, we failed miserably at, but it was fun, and it was a really cool learning experience. But so we're in the graveyard, and then there's a hallway with a zombie, and then there's another room with a couple guys. One of them had his head in the thing. I don't want to give too much away. Anyways, between scares, there was about a 5-minute overlay of nothing, you know, where you would just stand around and try to reposition yourself and think of how you're going to scare the next person. Most of these actors had the same routine where they knew exactly what they were going to do every time. We were trying to figure out how the hell to do the job in the first place.
Right.
So
we were trying to figure
out what to hide behind, what angles, what's the best distraction so we could scare them from another angle. You know, which you really started picking up on that stuff on. And we didn't get it down, but we kind of understood what it took.
It took hours.
It took hours, yeah. But in between scenes, we would try to talk to this one zombie who was like 9 feet tall, and he was huge, and he was something out of The Walking Dead with the way he was doing his zombie noises, which was phenomenal.
Great. He
Turns
was great.
out this beast of a man was only 17 years old, or 19.
Put us to shame.
Put us to absolute shame. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't believe it. How is
Yeah.
he so young? And then I really, it's makeup, and we're short people and they're tall people. And,
Right.
But he never broke he never broke character to a point where it was almost frustrating trying to have a conversation with him, because I'm like, how do you scare people? Show me the way. And he's just and that was the only response we got out of him. But yeah, a lot of
great for him for like staying in character.
Yeah, because if
like
you
that.
walk by and you see zombies having a conversation with each other, it would ruin the mood or ruin the whole vibe.
Yeah.
And we didn't do a great job of containing that vibe. So what we didn't do is we tried our best not to overstay our welcome. We tried to stay just the right amount of time, where it was long enough to where they didn't waste their time doing makeup on us, but not so long that we ruined everyone's experience coming through the haunted house,
Right.
as they got the comical ending at the graveyard scene.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad we got I would say 3 out of 100 scares. That was probably about the number. It was about 100 people
I'll
came
take
through,
it. I'll
and
take
we
it.
scared
That's
maybe
on-
3
that's
people.
on the pot.
But that's counting the herd that we chased out. But I don't think they were scared of me. I'm just like, people are running. I'm going too,
Yeah,
and I
you
just
just
ran
took
out
off.
with them. I'm like, I have a GoPro strapped to my forehead. I'm gonna run out. One scene that I wish we caught was I'm standing there with the GoPro mounted to my head, and there's a zombie, like a fake one, and he's just standing there. And so I go and I stand right next to the fake zombie. And I'm like, I probably look fake. I'm probably going to be able to scare him, because they're going to walk by the fake one first, and then I'm going to be right next to it, and I can just jump and scare somebody. But the GoPro, when it's on, it blinks. It blinks a red light. So this group of people are coming, it's this older group, and I'm standing there just waiting. And then I got this one moment a little bit. I just go, ha! And she jumps a little bit, and she goes, the red light gave it away. I just go, it's because I'm recording. And then everybody laughed, and they kept going. See,
the smart thing, this is the things I think of afterwards, is we should have strapped that to the fake zombie's head and got you scaring them.
That would have been genius.
That would have been the genius way to do it.
Next year.
Next year.
If they allow us back.
Yeah, so you could have used that as a distraction and been on the other side, so they're looking at that, and then things for next year.
Yeah, things for next year. Anyways, it was awesome. It was a very cool experience. Thanks again to Vic and the whole crew. His whole family was there.
His whole family, his wife, his daughters were awesome. They're some of the best parts of the entire haunted house.
Yeah, her room. It's the same as it was in the home haunt, the same theme, and she has perfected that. And we saw it a little bit.
They changed it a little bit, and if you haven't watched The American Scream, I definitely suggest watching that. It's on Netflix if you have Netflix. It's just a documentary on him when he was doing this as a hobby, that he went professional. So it's just kind of a story of doing what you love to do.
Yeah, he went through the whole story of that, about how packed his home haunt got. Thousands of people just started coming to his house, and that's when he decided to go professional with it. So congrats to them. Thanks again to everybody at the Ghoulie Manor for letting us come by, film, ruin their graveyard scene for a little while. And it was really cool. So I guess what we have to end this with is
with your rendition of a zombie, which was
I couldn't break the Frankenstein.
You just couldn't put his arms down.
I couldn't stop doing that.
Couldn't put his arms down.
I didn't know what to do with my hands. Anyways, so yes, part 3.
I wasn't better by any means.
Yeah, Rob wasn't good either, but yeah, we were both pretty bad. Anyways, we're going to end this episode. We got to go through this, and we didn't address this in the last one. We just played the clip. The third phase of NLBP, the Nick Lesgore Balloon Project. Hello, we've ran this. This is the 3rd week in a row that we're airing this, which means Nick still has not watched our show.
What's going on, Nick?
What's going on?
I got injured in this one.
He did, yeah. There was an injury, and we took it to the next level. But what was funny was in week 1, and we didn't even talk about this because we didn't talk about this last week. In week 1, he found the balloon, and he uploaded a picture of it on Facebook, and he had gotten a beer delivery, which we saw that on camera. And
yeah, basically just long story short, he's got like a pen pal that he sends beer to, and then this guy sends beer back to him.
Which is actually completely illegal.
Okay.
But he does it anyway. I'm not even kidding. It's illegal. But anyway, so they let it go. Arrest this man! No, but anyways, he thought that the man that dropped off that package also left the first balloon, so he actually uploaded a picture of the balloon to Facebook and was like, and they even got me a balloon! And
my favorite part of it is he writes it, he tags the guy in the picture, and the guy doesn't respond. He just like says, "You're welcome" or something, and doesn't even address that he didn't give him the balloon.
Yeah, I never even admitted to it.
Which was great.
Pretty funny stuff. Anyways, this is part 3 of the Nick Lesagore Balloon Project. Thanks again to everybody in Taunton. Stack of Smash Radio. This is episode 24, part 3 of 4 of our Halloween
3
special.
of 5.
We're doing 5?
We're doing 5.
I didn't even know this.
We're doing 5.
Anyways, next week we go travel to Salem, Massachusetts for
Next week we're doing...
Oh, wait, there's another week of October. All right, this is why
you're
you're saying that. Anyways, next week we're doing something, and then the week after that we're going to do the fake Salem episode.
Salem episode is airing on Halloween.
Yes. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Jesse Wilkins.
I'm Rob Coakley.
And we will see you guys next week.
Woo!
Well, it's Friday, so you know what that means.
It's time for the Nick Lesagore Balloon Project!
We're on our way back to Nick's house right now. We got some more balloons in store for him. And as we suspected, we still haven't heard anything from him, so...
Not one damn thing.
We're 3 weeks deep in this, and he still obviously doesn't watch our show.
Hasn't mentioned it to anybody we know.
You know what, though? Maybe he is talking about it on his show. The problem with the Nick Lesagore Balloon Project is we don't watch each other's shows. If we watched his show, we might know this. We're gonna have to.
I would assume he doesn't talk about balloons on a fantasy football show. That's my assumption.
Nick's a
but
real
I'm
serious
assuming
guy.
because I don't watch it.
Nick's a real serious guy.
Pretty serious.
Man, he's pretty serious.
How serious?
So serious. So last week, the messages that we left a word on each balloon, and it said, "Watched you." The whole phrase again is going to say, "You should have watched our show." So this week, we're going to leave our, have, and should. Our, have, should. Should have our.
Should have our.
Should have our.
Should have our.
Very nice.
Should have our.
All right. It's the Nick Lesagore Balloon Project. Day 3. So we have our very first Nick Lesagore Balloon Project injury.
Dude. This.
I just slammed Rob's thumb in the trunk. But you know, this is all part of the job. You know, you can't just go into the Nick Lesagore Balloon Project not expecting to get injuries.
And now it's time for us to go place the balloons. Alright, now I gotta acquire these balloons from the trunk. It's the Nick Lesagore Balloon Project! Alright, we're down to 2 balloons. Lost a balloon in the process.
Well, we lost 1 balloon in the process. So, next week, we're going to have to
do 12.
We're going to have to do something. Next week's going to be the grand finale. But, phase 3 of the Nick Lesagore Balloon Project. I guess it was a success.